I welcome you to the fifth day of our faculty development program on universal human values. So we are listening from past 4 days for various round resource persons. So today also we have a very renowned resource person with us, Dr. H.M. Panchakshar sir. I welcome you, sir. So before I hand over the session to Dr. Panchakshar sir, I would like to read his profile. Dr. H.M. Panchakshar sir is a BA Honours, MA in Sociology, PhD in Industrial Sociology from IIT Kanpur. Sir is in teaching profession and educational administration since 1973. Sir has worked both in India as well as in abroad. Sir is a visiting professor at University of South Carolina, United States of America. Sir has visited various countries for educational assignments like United Kingdom, Hungary, many other European countries. It's privilege for me to read his profile as I see Sir has also worked as a United Nations Development Program professor, that is UNDP professor in Harare University, Ethiopia. Sir is also a writer of many books. His recent publication is Counseling in India. Sir has guided more than 25 PhDs, and also Sir retired as a professor and head of Department of Social Work from Kuvempu University, Shivamogga, Karnataka. So rather wasting much of my time, I would like to request Dr. Panchakshar sir to take over his session.
Thank you, Professor Bilal. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can clearly hear you.
Good morning to all who are participating in this webinar. It's a wonderful morning, cloudy morning. At the outset, I congratulate Dr. Basuraj, principal and management and staff for taking a very important initiative in bringing about the quality of change in the higher education as well as in the education system in India. By focusing the important issues, relevant and core issues of NEP, New Educational Policy 2020, we are in the beginning of a sea change that's going to happen in the educational system. This faculty development program arranged by HKBK Degree College is a timely effort to bring this important issue to highlight. Earlier, this faculty development program was called as FIP, Faculty Improvement Program. During 1973, I was one of the beneficiary of Faculty Improvement Program, through which I could do my PhD in IIT. So various initiatives, the UGC and the Educational Department of Government of India is striving to improve quality of education higher education especially, as well as in different levels of education in India, are highly laudable. Inculcating universal human values is in education, realizing the aspiration of NEP 2020. My topic assigned to me is implications of the various topics discussed all these days earlier on professional ethics. So professional ethics is a pivotal concept around which the whole quality of education revolves around. As all learned people know, teachers know, that profession is nothing but a combination of theory and practice. All work is not called profession. So a work which is associated with theory plus practice. For example, education is a profession. So we are all indulged in undertaking the great profession. Teachers' profession is one of the highly paid and highly respected profession. So in US, a person becomes a teacher means he is highly valued. It's very remunerative. They pay a handsome salary because they know that teachers are nation builders. They play a very important pivotal role in bringing out the youths and transforming them into great citizens. We are all teachers, which is a great profession. What extent we know the ethics of our profession? How many of we are members of professional bodies? How many meetings we attend? Have we inculcated the professional ethics? Do we know professional ethics of our teaching profession? Is a very important issue. A teacher who is a real professional can contribute extensively, both in quality as well as in quantity, and bring about a grassroots change in the education system. Slightly simply, I'll just brief. NCERT is brought out with various discussed with various professional bodies and has developed a code of professional ethics for teachers. See, this is very important. Teacher in relation to students. See, for example, when a teacher enters this classroom, what kind of a behavior students expect and how teachers mold behavior and then teach. So the quality of teaching to a large extent depends on how much professionalism has gone into the personality of the teacher. If the teacher is highly professional, he will conduct the classes and in a very professional way so that the teaching becomes very meaningful and the students become really responsive. A teacher should be punctual, treat all the students with love and affection. Many teachers sometimes show a weakness of expressing their anger, anguish, if some students behave. So the teacher is there to correct it, bring them to the mainstream, rather than snubbing him. So teachers should be highly democratic in the classroom. Allow all the students to write the questions, and you have to fulfill the real educational aspirations of the students by bringing about, the teacher should be a 360-degree personality revolving around the student, the classroom, and the topic. He should be a guide, individual. He should fulfill the needs of the individual. He should be a good counselor, talk to the students as and when he has some guide, both in the classroom as well as outside the classroom. A teacher who is a good counselor can develop a rapport with the students so that students become really interested in the teacher. Once you create the interest the students automatically become your, they'll be under your attraction. Once you bring them into your compass of attraction, you can train them as you wish, as the educational needs develop. Secondly, the teacher in relation to parents and guidance. Nowadays, the role of teacher connecting the student and the parents and guardians is very important. As you know, many parents and guardians today, they are not aware of what the student is doing in the class, whether he's attending the class or not, whether his behavior is okay or not, what kind of attitude he's having with the students, other students, teachers, the management, and the entire environment. So the teacher should be continuously in touch with the parents and guardians. This is an important professional ethics. Many teachers do not give importance to connecting with the parents and guardians. So here, only when the student becomes unwieldy, becomes a problem, then the parents and guardians are called. So before that, the teacher can eliminate the problem of this situation by contacting the parents and guardians. They should have complete confidence and trust with the parents and guardians and take them to their trust and confidence and allow them to intervene. Don't leave the parents and guardians. Then, cordial relations with the parents and guardians. See, some teachers become irritant if the parents ask something, if they question something. The teacher should not lose his balance. He should always be very, very, treat them with love and affection, guide individual needs, then provide information to build confidence. See, information is a very important thing. There should be a constant flow of information from the teacher to the students, both academic as well as social, cultural, all kinds of important value building, value development, personality building. All these information should be, laced with the classes. Because every class is a wonderful experience. If you make a class interesting, making more sensible, attentive, you can really draw the attention of the students. Then next, teacher in relation to society and the nature. School is not an isolated institution. It exists in community, it exists in society, it exists in a larger environment and system. So this society prepares students, citizens for the nation. So school and society are very important apex bodies with which the schools and colleges should interact. The environment of the schools is surrounded by so many entities. For example, the college should develop or prepare students for facing the interviews. So, for example, in Gujarat, if you see, most of the students earn while learn. They are enterprising because this is because of the value system. So develop a nationalism, nationhood. National integration is very important. If the nation is strong, society also will become strong. All the individuals also will become strong. The stability of the society, the stability of the nation, to a large extent, depends on students, youths. Continuously, some social problems should be discussed in the classroom so that the student become aware of these problems, and also he keeps away from these kind of social problems. For example, drug abuse, alcoholism, and all kinds of these problems should be touched upon by the teacher while teaching a related topic. The teacher should focus on the consequences of social problems, consequence of breakdown of values, consequence of moral standards. All these things should be discussed and develop initiative among the students to take more interest in these things. So what are human values? See, animals, they don't have values, their behavior. But human beings, they have values. That's why you call human values. Human values are paramount in our society or in any society. Without human values, human beings cannot exist as human beings. We are human beings because of our value system, our values. As you all know, value is an optional thing. Norm is normative, compulsory. A value is universal if it has some value for all the individuals. If they are affected by a particular value and influenced by that value, they are called as universal values. For example, peace, freedom, social progress, equality, rights, all these things are universal values. In whichever society you go, you will find these values. Wherever human beings exist, these values have become core values. That's why they are called human values, irrespective of the society, irrespective of the language, irrespective of the ethnicity. All these values, which I told you earlier, are very, very relevant for the human existence. If these values are not there, human existence is threatened. The very foundation of the society is disturbed. So all over the world, always the peace is threatened. For example, Ukraine and Russia war, even though it's a war between the two countries, the peace in various countries, economy, society, culture, movement, everything will be disturbed. So today we are a global village. That's why anything happens in one country is going to affect many countries. For example, whatever is happening in Sri Lanka, India cannot sit and watch because as a neighbor, our duty is to bring about peace. That's why we are intervening, not for any political reason. We don't want Sri Lanka. So whenever there is a disturbance in nearby country, we are trying to help them. Whenever distress happens, we go for the help. These are all human values. Peace, universal peace is that's why UNO and many organizations are established to bring about world peace. We all know that all the countries, how they want to do, they do not want World War III. When Russia and Ukraine broke, many thought that it would be a third war beginning. But luckily, it has not happened. We don't know. Freedom. Freedom is another important value. It could be academic freedom, it could be economic freedom, it could be political freedom, it could be social freedom, it could be cultural freedom. Freedom is very, very important, basic to all human beings. Individuals can develop only when there is a freedom. If he is enslaved, he cannot develop. Physical enslavement is one thing, social, cultural, political, all these enslaving stops the development. So sustainable development cannot happen without freedom. There should be a sufficient freedom to individuals, groups, communities, so that they engage in development and bring about sustainable development and progress. So progress is possible if there is a free peace. Without peace, there is no progress. If there is a peace, development can take place. If there is no peace, development cannot take place. For example, many students from Ukraine came back under a serious situation because there was no peace. So social progress is essential for us. Without social progress, society cannot develop. Human beings cannot exist. They have to develop, and progress. Equal rights. Equality is a beacon of rights for all the human beings in the world. Earlier, our human beings in different countries suffered due to the lack of equal rights because of the white and black people. Even in America, there was a racial segregation, South Africa. This racial segregation really retarded the development for many years. Now, most of this equality is brought about in many countries, but still, even though some kind of equality do not exist in communist countries, there may be some economic equality, but political equality is not there. So any shortcoming in the equality is not a full development of individuals. There should be equal rights in all aspects: political, economic, social, cultural, etc. So in 2030 agenda say about universal values. It sets out a vision for sustainable development of grounded in internal human rights standards, putting equality and non-discrimination at the center of its efforts and compassing not only economic and social rights, but also civil, political, and cultural rights and the right to develop. Today, we see all the communities are aiming at development. They want reservation, they want benefits, they want so many political rights, political seats, jobs reservation. Every community is striving to develop. There's a consciousness of development. So different communities employ different tools to develop. Education is one tool that is all communities are taking up as a tool of development. Recently, the world bodies have appreciated India for lowering the poverty. In India, any problem has a magnitude of scale and complexity. For example, we dealt with Corona in such a country with so many, more than 5 lakh villages. Giving the vaccine was a challenge. We did it. This is because of our value system. This is because of our political system. This is because of our approach to the society. So equality, irrespective of the rich, poor, urban, rural, educated, uneducated, no such discrimination was done. That was a wonderful task which has saved the lakhs and lakhs of people from Corona. Universal value allows us to go beyond abstract aggregates to addressing discrimination and other root causes of inequality that he had the heart of poverty and conflict. See, in India, the poverty and conflict, it could be caste conflict, it could be so many other kinds of conflict. See, this addressing discrimination brings about change and solution for their conflict so that development can take place. Unless the conflicts are focused, resolved, development cannot take place. So a consciousness should be created by addressing the various issues involved in inequality. Inequality is a great challenge to India. As you all know, our education system was unequal. Many castes were not able to access education. Scheduled castes and scheduled tribes were debarred from attending schools. They were not allowed to attend temples. They were not allowed to participate in social programs. They were never allowed to take water to the village wells. Even there used to be a separate street. They were not allowed to wear chapels. So all this discrimination was to be removed. It was to be removed through great efforts, people like Dr. Ambedkar and various other nation builders gave us the Constitution. Constitution is a very important tool which has contributed to equality. In India, Constitution is a great force. It has addressed many of them. So, creating awareness about the deficiencies of individuals, deficiencies of communities, deficiencies of caste will certainly develop, kind of a catalyst for the development. Love, honesty, loyalty, compassion, justice, integrity, peace, kindness, truth, benevolence. I'll repeat: love, honesty, loyalty, compassion, justice, integrity, peace, kindness, truth, benevolence. So all these values are very, very important soul values. They'll bring about wonderful change in the individual as well as community and society. As far as my knowledge goes, social change is very important in a country, especially in a developing country. Social change acts as a catalyst for bringing about. So, social change starts in society by interaction, by various methods. In the present world, we are getting more and more comforts, speed, luxury, but happiness, it is decreasing. See, today, wants are also greater than happiness quotient. If a country becomes rich, it is not enough. It should develop in happiness quotient also. What is happening in Western countries? We should take a look at it. It is signaling a bell for us. For example, in UK, US, family institution is threatened. Divorce rate is increasing. Depression is increasing. In America, when I was visiting professor, 40% of the Americans are suffering from depression. But they don't show it. They'll never tell anyone. If you ask an American, how are you doing? Every American will say, I'm doing great. But inwardly, they're suffering from anxiety, tension, unhappiness. He's engulfed in so many things. For example, if anything happens in India, we discuss it with our neighbor. Immediately, some people will come and help you, give you some suggestion, advice, sometimes voluntarily, sometimes involuntarily. This is India because of mobile system. Our society is kind of an open system. Nothing is too individual. They're all open. We can't keep ourselves. People will come and talk to you. People will disturb you. People will try to talk to you. This is what happens. In some of the countries, people will not just talk to you because of violence. If you look at somebody in West, they think that it is not good. They don't like it. For example, you can't put a hand on a man cannot put a hand on another man. He will be called as lesbian, gay. So this is the kind of a situation in America, Western countries. Parents are detached, students are detached, kids are detached from parents. There is no understanding between parents. Very early, parents leave school, children leave their family, they have lost touch in family. Increasing Cheshire homes, old age homes are increasing in West. Elders are not being looked after by children. In India, till now, there is some reasonable degree of sons and daughters looking after parents. But in urban areas, the situation is really in urban areas, Cheshire homes, old age homes are increased. Due to erosion of family values, divorce rate is increasing, new kinds of relationships, marriage, and are developing. For example, if you look at the schools in America, American schools are really dirty. You can teach in a college, but you can't teach in a school. Gunfights are quite common, and the kind of students that are studying in the schools in America, God only should say, they are really diabolic. In India, a value-based Gurukula system of education was replaced by Macaulay system of education. As a result, our schools and colleges have become factories of producing graduates. They simply turn out graduates with high percentage of marks. But if you look at their life skills, there is a very I know many people who finish their post graduation, they can't write a letter. Writing habit is very difficult in the Xerox culture. Nobody goes to the book, nobody goes to the original. They just make a Xerox and they produce in the exam. Assimilation of knowledge is not happening. Digestion of values, digestion of essence of knowledge is not happening. Why? Students are not serious, teachers are not serious, society. If education is diluted, if education is affected, our youths are really put to hardship and then they are difficult to take up the citizenship. And without healthy citizens, strong citizens, a country is threatened. So life skills are very important. Till recently, our schools and colleges were not much concentrating on the life skills, various skills. But now, skill development has become a very important part of the education system. So social cohesion and interaction. There should be a good cohesion and social interaction in educational institutions. For this, teachers should create a platform in which the students come and interact, develop cohesion, bring about integration and interaction so that a school community becomes coherent and a coherent community can achieve anything it wants. Too much dependence on the technology has described, has really our traditional lifestyle threatened. We have become slaves of gadgets. When we are educating Niti Pata, when we were students, there used to be separate classes and moral classes. But today, moral classes are not there. Today, government of Karnataka is trying to introduce these moral lessons in schools. When we are educating, teachers used to be very honest, simple. They used to be inculcate discipline. When we were students, our teachers were different. Today's teachers are why? Because the value system, the change in value system. So the teacher earlier used to beat us with stick. Today, the teacher cannot touch us with it. The discipline, the teacher has to point with a nail to build class. Classroom management has become a big challenge in the market. Why is this happening? Because parents and guardians are not interested what the students are doing in the classroom, nor the teachers. The classrooms have become big. Some teachers are unable to control the classroom. Sometimes a teacher will come out of the classroom in the incapacity to control the classroom. Why this kind of mess? Our education system should be highly disciplined. Discipline is the core value in the government. If you have the discipline, you will bring about developments in the education, culture, society, economy. If you don't have discipline, education will be meaningless. Educational system in a country should be a guiding ship, a real force taking lives to meaningful goals. Today, our youth is illusions. They are goalless. They don't know what to do after graduation. If you ask any student, what do you want to do with him? What do you want to become? No, he will not come out with a clear answer because he has not made up his mind and he is not prepared for it. Role taking, role playing is very important. The student at the beginning should aim at something, try hard to achieve it with the help of students, teachers, and students. How many students are prepared for the future? Realization of self is the ultimate goal of education. Vivekananda also said it. But what is self? Self is nothing but the internal qualities that are with the individual. All the qualities should bloom, it should be realized. Then only we can say education has fulfilled that purpose. Teacher should be a role model, guide, philosopher, counselor, friend, leader. So if teachers, a good teacher, if an engineer is bad, no problem, one or two teachers are killing before. But one bad teacher will kill many years of the future of students. Once if we enter the teacher profession, be loyal, we should be loyal to the profession. Otherwise, don't go for a teacher profession. It's a challenging, it's a tough, it's not a soft job. Just for the case of salary, for example, the University Grants Commission offers handsome salary for college lecturers. If you question them, how many really interested people have joined just because they have done MA or PhD, college teacher. But many are not fulfilling the real duties. They are not helping the students to achieve that. What is the difference between a library and a teacher? Library has the lot of knowledge. But teacher, if you just give notes and finishes the syllabus, that is not the task of the teacher. He should motivate. So motivating the students is the real task of the teacher, not just giving information. Library can give information, a tab can give much information, a computer can give a lot of information. But no computer, no library, you will be a real teacher. Only a real teacher can bring about change. So teacher plays a pivotal role in the school system. I hope you all teachers, you know the role of teacher, how important it is. Social system is encompassed by various subsystems like economic, cultural, education, political, and so on things. Many social and cultural institutions are binding forces of society. More and more social problems are emerging in a complicated society. Youths are not able to face the society because of harmlessness, value, lack of confidence. So all these kinds of vacuum, normlessness, valuelessness, and various kind of complexities have made the youth to become very dull and dumb to society. Schools and colleges are not just educational institutions imparting education, they should also amount to personality. See, tell me your university or college, I'll tell you what can I'll tell you. See, that was the kind of quality of education here. So an institution is to make a lot of change. So institution is very important in building up the values. We have encountered drug abuse, alcoholic, criminality, lawlessness, and many other problems. So because of the lack of values or adherence to the values. They are not aware of the consequences of not having values. So education is an important tool that enables to know students' rights and duties. So through education, it's a possibility to become emancipated from their problems, from their thought minds. If one person knows his rights and duties, there can be a change toward his family, society, as well as his country. It develops a vision to see the world. So, schools and colleges make the student to develop a vision. That should be the real task of the institutions. That is the real task of the teacher to help the student to develop the vision. So, a man should become a visionary, like to dream what he has to become. For that, the teacher should intervene and connect the student to the right path. Education gives us the ability to change. Without education, we cannot change. So education is an important tool of social change. Society should be dynamic, it's not static. If more and more dynamism is forced, is pushed, the society will bring about change, and we can bring about social development. Not only social development, sustainable social. For example, we can't cut the forest and make furniture. It's not development. We can't build the dams and kill the forest. It is not development. So, sustainable development, maintaining the ecological balance, we should achieve progress without disturbing the nature. See, nature is a wonderful thing given by God. It takes many years for the development of nature. For a tree, it takes 20 years, 30 years to grow. Hardly it takes 10 years to cut it. But the natural resources should be utilized. Unethical exploitation of natural resources is leading us to disasters. For example, water. Water is important resource of the human beings. So when I was in Ethiopia, if you give a half a liter bottle of water, it was like a wine bottle. Water is very scarce. Many of people face huge problem. I think in the coming years, water is going to be a very crucial issue. On the basis of the water, there will be a lot of issues coming. What is going to be very important? To preserve it. So these kinds of values, preserving the nature, preserving the water, preserving the fauna and flora, are very important. The student should learn all these things. The love for the nature, love for the plants and flora. Very important in protecting our environment. If you don't protect our environment will not protect us. So very serious greenhouse effect, many such problems are emerging because of negligence of our environment. School and colleges exist in social environment. There should be a continuous, meaningful interaction between the two. Government spends a lot of money in education, achieving education for all, achieving the goal for education for all. But I'm doubting the outcome of the efforts of the government. The efforts of the government are trained because there is no proper connectivity between the different levels of education system. Whatever the plans are drawn, while they are transformed, it will be diluted and only reports are submitted without bringing quantitative change in education. Though we are achieving much quantitative educational change, qualitative education change is not happening. So qualitative change that we are expecting, qualitative changes should happen so that qualitative changes in the educational system leads to qualitative changes. For example, Kerala. When you visit Kerala, the ordinary voter in the morning 4:30, he will hold a newspaper and brings tea. Literacy level. Literacy level is a very, very important indicator, social indicator for the development. So we have given a lot of importance to literacy and still we have to achieve a qualitative change in education. Gadgets are used to be, gadgets are used to help the human beings in achieving the value of education. But in the recent days, gadgets are used for violating rules, values, all these things. Copying has become a social crime, which is happening in mass scale. In PUC examination, SLC examination, degree examination. I don't know why students copy. That means they're not attended the class, he's not interested in the class, nor the teacher has not taught him, nor he's just joined the college for a degree. I don't know. Why people copy? Otherwise, why should they join the college if they cannot write exams without copying? Earlier, there used to be very hardly you find girls not copying, but today, girls are also copying. Earlier, only students used to copy, now teachers also help them in copying. So, what kind of deterioration of value system that is happening in the education system? You have to seriously think about kind of erosion of values in the education system. Nation building is very, very important. Without nation building, nation will not exist. Continuously, a nation should be built, rebuilt, restructured, structured. Then only the nation will exist. Otherwise, the nation will collapse. Youth are the future citizens. What kind of training that we are giving? What kind of values the society is giving them? What kind of options that students are getting from the society? See, if you look at the situation, it is very, very difficult. Transformation of personality is very important. Schools and colleges along with teacher can do wonders. If really the schools and colleges become the social change agents. Campus life. What kind of campus life we have in colleges? What we learned in the classroom earlier when I was a student in Central College, we used to learn more outside discussing on the lawns of the college. But today, no students will find discussing serious problems. The students are limited to sports, enjoyment, music, eating, all other kinds of things, except discussing a serious national issue. So every class should be a new experience. So in one hour classroom, a teacher should make the student to feel that he is not attending a class, but he is opening up to a new kind of experience. So many teachers, as I know, if they prepare the notes for one topic, they will keep it for till the retire. They will not add, they will not reduce, they will not change. So such is the static attitude towards the content of the education. How many teachers upgrade their knowledge? Once in 10 years, knowledge, the reservoir of knowledge is Today, at the present time, the knowledge is simply expanding like anything. Whatever you learn today, it becomes outdated tomorrow. Even in 1 hour, it becomes outdated. Earlier, research was really difficult. Today, research has made very easy. With Google can give you all the, but under different conditions. India has, in the early traditions of Nalanda and Takshashila, great educational centers. Why people used to come from other countries to learn education in India? Those times. Really, the world today is looking at India for some of the problems that they cannot solve. So India has many solutions for its value system, its yoga, its traditions, its cultural patterns, has a wonderful solution for our world. Although students raise questions, many teachers will not like students questioning. We should be very democratic, don't suppress. That is the value. The teacher should be highly democratic. They should open up whatever way with students question. They should be taken with the right spirit. That will inculcate confidence in them. Students, a teacher-student relationship based on the trust, love, affection, kindness can be a great forum for the fuller development of objectives of education. Don't snub the students. Always students are very important. If you observe in some caste and communities in India, they're prosperous. For example, Gujaratis, for example, Sikhs, for example, Vaishyas in Karnataka, and some other communities in different states. They are economically very advanced. You hardly see a Sikh beggar. And philosophy, the religion, religious philosophy, the cultural ethos, values that are inculcated in the society, in the community, by the religion, by the cultural system. They have reinforced certain values which made them further economic possible. So many studies were conducted. For example, Karl Marx said that religion is the only way of masses. But Weber said religion is the motivation for the economy. So different views have developed. Understanding the religion, understanding the culture, cultural values are very important. They are the motivating factors, social values, human values. All the value systems are pivotal in the human society, which make them catalyst, acts as catalyst in the development of the society. So overall, the professional ethics are very important. Teachers should become members of the professional bodies, but many of the professional bodies have been political organs, many political parties. They don't do their job properly. They don't guide the members how to conduct themselves in the classes. Professional bodies are really not becoming professional. They're becoming just associations with particularly put pressure on the government to get salaries. So the professional bodies are not doing the full justice to their objectives and goals. They should enhance the professional capacity of the teachers or the members. Any professional body is a very important. Most of the teachers they will not become members of the professional. Hey, why should I pay the fee? I'm not going to get anything. I'm getting a salary. Why should I become the member of the professional body? So nobody is very serious about the professional bodies. Hardly you can see any professional body discussing the ethics. What are the ethics? What problems are there? How do we change? What kind of problems we face? What kind of members the professional bodies these problems. All these issues are very, very important. Today, the professional development of various associations is not proper. For example, doctors are also professionals, but the practice of medical profession is not according to the real ethics of education. The commercialization is one of the main devil that has eroded the value system. So degrees are sold, jobs are sold. For example, latest PSA scandal in Karnataka, KPSA scandal in Karnataka. Even doing PhD in colleges, universities. A teacher who is guiding students has become an entrepreneur to make money. There are different levels where the PhD guy will take money. By giving a birth in the PhD allotment to somebody, like writing thesis, writing synopsis, approving the synopsis, all these. So, getting a thesis has become a big industry. Real hard-working students, how difficult it was to get a PhD. But today, PhDs have become, get a PhD easy. There's a big network of giving PhD degree to continuous. There's a rate for it. If you look at the PSA examination, how the values are trying to see how a real educated, talented student, youth, is really disillusioned. I was talking to many people. Many youths have become patient. They know that if I become one PSI, I will earn crores. That's why they give 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs for a civil speaking course, even 1 crore. Imagine if it takes 1 crore, they will make 100 to 50 crores by the time it retires. So, what will happen to the police system? Justice. What about the poor? Today, justice is also a judicial system, which is supposed to be the pillar of democracy. It was one pillar. It used to be safe and clean. But today, judicial system is also eroded. Lawyers are not ethical. Judges are not doing their duty properly. So there is an erosion of values in the society, all levels, in all different spheres of society. So it is a threatening kind of a situation for India. Wherein the very foundation of the society is jeopardized. So values are very, very important. So to build up the values, personal ethics is very important. Teachers play a pivotal role in bringing about the real values that could actualize the education. So the educational institutions should become proactive. The teachers should become proactive and go out in changing the society, to training the student to the future society, developing them as an honest citizen to combat all the social problems. Once an army of honest youths are prepared in society, naturally they will change the society. In India, we see how many efforts to eradicate corruption, eradicate the ill political system. No political party can be said purely honest and corruption. Why? Corruption is everywhere. The values systems are eroded, as corruption has taken over, it is eroding us more. The corruption value, the ill values writing about the society. As a result of which, sometimes they become shameful in their. So we all call the world is looking at us to provide leadership. So we have to seriously think about the role of value, the role of personal ethics in bringing about the value change, value confrontation, bringing about educational institutions as agents of social change. And students and teachers, they should actively participate in the interaction with the within the educational institutions to bring about qualitative change. So with these words, I think I will stop here and thanking you for listening. And I hope try to just briefly mention some of the issues because each issue takes a lot of time and not said very discuss all the issues. I'll touch upon some important issues for you to ponder over and try to bring about whatever the change of the institution and achieve the faculty development program because the faculty is developed, college will develop, students will develop, entire society. The teacher is honest, students will become honest, the society will become honest. So teachers should be a role model and bring about real change in the society. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your valuable time and consideration and for sharing such an important aspect towards professional ethics. If any faculties have any questions to sir, sir can please, faculties can please proceed. Any participants?
Thank you, Mr. Bilal.
Thank you, sir. I think we don't have any questions. Dear faculties and dear participants, I'll be sharing one Google form now. That's a post survey form for this entire UHP program. So that has to be filled immediately, and I request you to fill it before the validatory session begins. We'll begin the validatory session soon in 5 minutes. So this post survey form is very, very much important for us. So I request everyone, I'm just posting it in the chat box, requesting everyone to fill the post survey form. I have shared the link, requesting everyone to please start filling the post survey form. In 5 minutes, we'll meet again for the validatory session. Thank you very much. Principal sir, shall we begin the valedictory program? Thank you, sir. Learning is a matter of gathering knowledge. Knowledge is learning something from every observation, and wisdom is learning to apply that knowledge with love. A very pleasant and energetic morning to all, honorable dignitaries of today's event, delightful participants, and my dear colleagues. I, Professor Syed Bilal Irfan, Assistant Professor from Department of Commerce on behalf of HKBK Degree College, welcome you all to the valedictory session of the 5 days Faculty Development Program on Inculcating Universal Human Values and Aspiration of NEP 2020. First of all, I would extend a warm welcome to our chairman, Shri C.M. Ibrahim sir, in his absentia, our director, Shri C.M. Faiz sir, and our group secretary, Shri Manzoor A. Khan, in his absentia. Due to their busy schedule, they were not able to join with us today. I extend my heartfelt welcome to our beloved principal, Dr. Baswaraj Biradar sir. I welcome you, sir. Now, I would extend my warm welcome to the resource persons of our faculty development program. Without them, this program wouldn't have been successful. First of all, I would like to welcome our Professor M.L. Sai Kumar sir, who couldn't join us because sir was busy with a meeting. I welcome Professor Anil Joshi sir, who was the resource person for day 3 and day 4. I welcome you, sir. And I also welcome our today's resource person, Dr. Panchaksharaya, sir. And also, I welcome Professor Khalifunnisa for the valedictory program and all the HODs, faculties of various departments, and also all the participants of this faculty development program. I welcome everyone. Over the last 5 days, we had various conversations. We had deep insight into various and several topics concerning on how to inculcate human values among ourselves, our family, society, nature, and its existence. So this 5 days was fully enriched with knowledge and human values. So, to give a brief review and about all the aspects and to cover all the aspects of what happened in the past 5 days, what was discussed, I would like to call upon Dr. Gabriela from Department of English, HKBK Degree College, to read out the general review. Ma'am?
A very warm good morning to everyone present here. I, Dr. Gabriela Sabatini, Assistant Professor, Department of English, would like to take this opportunity to thank you all the keynote speakers for being a part of a national webinar on universal human values. Your presence not only enriched our event, but also left everyone impressed with your kind and insightful words. Your talk left a huge impact on the staff members of various institutions present in the program. The general review on the 5 days of the national webinar will be highlighted. The talk was all about the primordial importance of human values on life. The self-actualization, reflection, in a way, promotes a peace of mind in the human beings, inculcating the importance of upbringing the children in a right way. The perspective of the human values, proposals, dialogues should be naturally acceptable. The perspective was more on the importance of right understanding, which comprises relationship and physical facility, which brings out mutual happiness. Animal consciousness into human consciousness efforts build a good relationship. Human values have to be incorporated in the educational curriculum. Human education is the basic asset. Bring forth human consciousness, human values, human conduct, and human society. Understanding of harmony comprises individual, family, society, and nature are the skill sets guided by values which can transform ourselves from animal consciousness into human consciousness. As a human being, we should implement societal inflections, universal human order, justice to all the members, and participation to form a world family order. Understanding harmony in the family, society, and harmony in human relationship. And in this fast-pacing world, there is a communication gap between the family members and friends. So these disparities are due to continuous work, stress, and lack of trust. So lacking the trust is the root cause for all the family members and for all the family problems. So basically, man is a social animal. Understanding harmony in the society requires connectivity, feeling towards society, feeling of assurance and fearlessness in the social web. So, what could be the reason for all these factors? Loneliness. So, loneliness is caused by the lack of trust, and ultimately, the human beings should have the following comprehensive human goal. The human beings have to adapt universal human values such as trust, respect, affection, care, guidance, perseverance, reverence, glory, and gratitude. So, when a person follows all these universal human values, then an individual becomes more humane and optimistic. So, the difference between the happiness and unhappiness is projected as harmony and disharmony. So, happiness and excitement are two different things as a human being. Continuous happiness does not give excitement in the human being's life. So, human beings have prevailing means of escaping from depression and they follow some unhealthy means of living, such as overeating and oversleeping, alcohol, drugs. So, rather than the individual has to explore the happiness and unhappiness. So, this exploration part is very essential in the life of human beings. The needs of the self are more important than the physical facility and which should be continuous, qualitative, and fulfilled. The feeling of complementarity. The other is similar to me, and therefore we have to complement each other. So, in the human being's life, as a human being, we have to complement each other. So, when this complementarity happens, then the peace and the values of life will begin. And finally, education plays a pivotal role in bringing out the mutual fulfillment in the life of all the human beings. Education gives the ability to change, and ultimately, society will get changed. So, this education and inculcating values in the education system is even more important. And I conclude the learnings from these 5 sessions. Nurturing students to live with mutual happiness with human beings and mutual prosperity with the rest of nature, along with the development of families and relationships. So I sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking time from your busy schedule, and your presence and wise words help us to magnify our cause in the best possible way. Thank you so much. Thank you once again. Over to Bilal sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the general review of all the 5 days. Now, I would request few participants to share their feedback or views during all the sessions of this 5 days FDP. So I would request if any faculty or participant wants to speak, they can raise their hand, we'll unmute them so that they can share their views. Any faculties who want to share their views on the 5 days FDP? Dr. Bhagyalakshmi ma'am, I have unmuted you. You can please speak.
Good morning, respected dignitaries and other participants. I am Dr. Bhagyalakshmi from Damodaran Sanjivaya National Law University. I am working as a teaching associate. Just I would like to share my experience as a participant for this FDP. Earlier, I have attended FDPs 4 to 5, and but that are related to law subject only. But this FDP is unique one because human values. Everyone knows that there are values are there, but what is the exact meaning of human values? Really, I don't know before attending this workshop because I thought I'm going to the class, I'm teaching the subject, I am giving my 100% best with regard to the subject only. But after hearing the lectures from whether it may be Sai Kumar sir or continued efforts of Kalikunisa ma'am or Joshi sir, today also Panchakshraya sir, and whoever taught, and what is the importance of these values and what is the meaning of value, and that I understood, sir. And thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to participate in this workshop. And really, resource persons are awesome, sir, very insightful. And especially, I would like to say thanks to Kaligunisa ma'am because whenever she is giving homework, I feel that I'm a student and I'm a participant. I forget that I'm a faculty. So really, I enjoyed this workshop. I'm waiting for when 10 o'clock will become morning. And after that, Joshi sir's lecture also, first day he taught that human harmony in the family. Next day, harmony with the nature. See the difference, sir, and how nicely he has articulated the concepts. And really, it was so inspired, sir. And it is most important, irrespective of the discipline. I'm telling, whether it may be law, engineering, degree, science, or social, whoever it may be, every teacher must aware about these things, sir. And I don't know how to express my happiness also, and I don't continuous happiness, everyone has taught that, and whether we are having continuous happiness or not, but I am telling that after attending this FDP, really I'm very happy that I learned something. At least I have to adopt these values, and I will try my level best to inculcate these values to my students, sir. And thank you very much, to each and every participant and organizers also, and Professor Bilal sir. And I know organizing an event is not an easy task, but he made it so easy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your wonderful and valuable feedback. Any other participants who want to express their views or give their valuable feedback, please raise your hands so that I can unmute them. So we have one. Sir, I have unmuted you.
Hello. Good
Yeah,
morning
ma'am.
to. I'm very much in debt to the organizers for organizing such a wonderful FDP. Actually, I have been trained from my childhood in my family, from my mother and father. Re-experiencing the emotions, the values, and the guidances again at this stage after 33 years of service. I'm really overwhelmed, excited. I just can't express my feelings. And these values very much urgently needed to be inculcated in the present generations. The present generation are under quite a great emotional pressure. They have a very high IQ, but they lack in their EQ levels are very low. I think at least this is due to the nuclear families, and this present generation, the children are not coming in contact with the society as a whole. And these things are very important to be taken into consideration along with the professional development of the student, the career development. And this enlightenment, which is needed at the present teacher and student generation, was given by this FDP. I'm really, really very thankful to the organizers for organizing such a wonderful FDP. I know organizing a simple online webinar takes so many efforts, and such a 5-day hectic, so maybe I could say planning, execution, organization is really a great challenge. I am really very much in deep gratitude to the entire team, also in depth to the well-experienced resource persons, their talent, their skill, and expressing this very uh, sensitive part of human personality, and that is values. In depth to them, you have inspired me as a teacher, as a parent a lot, and you have inspired me, motivated me to give as much as I can to the students and the society. I'm very much thankful to you. And I hope many such institutions come together, shake hands, and organize such wonderful programs so that we can create a harmony not only in the family, not only in school, not only colleges, but in society also. Thank you. Thank you very much for this wonderful spiritual and intellectual treat.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your such a wonderful and valuable feedback. Anyone else who wants to express their views are most welcome. You can raise your hand so that I can. Dr. Kamini Kapoor.
Uh, Firstly, I want to thank to the organizers. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You are absolutely audible.
Firstly, and truly, it's not from just outside; it's from the core of my heart that a very thanks to the organizers who have organized such a fabulous FDP. Because as Lakshmi ma'am said, it was not regarding your subject, because we used to do FDPs and workshops regarding our subjects, but this was little bit, not little bit, this was too much different, and this was actually which was required. Why? Because we all are busy in our lives in order to do our day-to-day work, day-to-day responsibilities, but human values are the most important things which we know in our mind, but we don't inculcate, we don't try to inculcate it in our life as possible. For example, we used to teach our children, but we try to give them values, but not in that sense which is required in this life, which is required in the society. Even I'm also a teacher, and I'm as Lakshmi ma'am said, I go to the class, I teach them, and but at the same time it is very important to give them moral values so that they will become the best of the human being. I for myself I can say, now after 5 days I am actually the improved version of myself after doing this FDP. And this is not only word, this is actually coming from my heart, because I experienced the same. I was hearing the lectures of all the resource persons who were there to teach us, to give us the importance of the life, importance of the values, and how we have to prioritize the things, how relations have to be maintained. There were number of things, and matlab, similarly I can say that, oh, as Lakshmi ma'am said and the other ma'am said, uh, I have no words to express my feelings. So I want to thank to the organizer and to resource persons and to all the participants. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Now let us proceed with the program. Now I would request our dynamic and energetic resource person for day 2, day 3 and day 4, Professor Anil Joshi sir, to please express his views regarding the FDP. Sir, please.
Is it audible, friends?
Yes, sir. Now you are audible.
Yes. Very good morning to one and all. I already spoke a lot 2 days my session. Again, one more session, Professor Bilal had assigned me, insisted by Dr. Basuraj. So I'm very happy to talking to you again. There is a quote, my dear friends. Real education enhances the dignity of a human being and increases his or herself respect. The great person of the nation and world, Dr. Abdul Kalamji, said. This is what we all know, that the teachers are always learners. We all students of world school. Every day we want to learn. Every day we want to think something. Every day we want to adopt something in the classroom. So one more thing is very, very important, my dear friends. Empowerment, sabalikarana, सशक्त करना बहुत जरूरी है. That is what सबलीकरण, empowerment. This is what empowerment enrichment program. So nation builder, always a learner, which is I have already said. So in this 5 days FDP program was excellent, I believe, because well organized people were from a reputed institute, principal, chief pattern advised, and coordinators, organizations, and supporters, and especially other resourceful persons. It was excellent, I believe. We did our level best, what our organization had insisted. Hope, I think we all understood. There are so many things we want to adopt in life, and we want to change, want to make change to this our contemporary society. This is what I always believe this. And one more thing, what I would like to tell you, something which is without value, without humanity, without harmony, without love and affections, there is no growth. Especially humanity teachers, sociology, history, psychology, language, literature, any literature, we do adopt so many things. Even those professors were working for engineering college, they are having their own world. Science faculty especially, engineering faculty especially, even the scientific field who are working, they'll be having a number of values, but the inculcate and the brush up in things are very much essential. For example, I have analyzed by conducting many programs in school and colleges, university, the science teachers, the other gratitude, the best other things, very different than humanity teachers. As per the NEP, National Education Policy, has insisted by clear guidance, all the faculties of a nation has to understand this. That's why in future engineering studies, future medical studies, future law calls, already they have included, but they have made a mandatory that compulsory, whether it belongs to science or commerce or law profession or doctor profession, this one subject is very, very important, because without value, without a wonderful relationship, without love and affections, there is no world at all, right? Many times what happens, our children are going to speak at our own home, but we do not know how to react, how to respond. Based on reaction, based on our negative things, it is affecting a lot when in the relationship again. That's why soft skills training program and life skills training programs are mandatory for each and every humankind and human being. This is what FDP program has made, and whatever we learned, whatever we taught, whatever you're learning, this 5 days program, our classroom teaching will be entirely different, I believe. One thing. The second thing is our family or homely behavior is entirely different. Our behavior with the neighbor is entirely different. Our own colleagues were in the staff room, it is going to change our behavior. So self-respect, love and affections, and admiring, we cannot buy again from money. That's why the best program, which is in national level, conducted by the wonderful esteemed Institute of Nation and Bangalore especially, And I'm very happy that all the organizations, and especially Professor Bilal, Dr. Basuraj, the dynamic principal of this System Institute, and great people behind this, very big institute, initiated and empowered, supported to do this. And I'm very happy that there are number of professors from different states in India. I haven't know that many professors from Solapur and even the Punjab, Rajasthan, Delhi, right? It is a great thing to connect each other. I'm very happy that they have connected me through HKBK College to wonderful professors from different wonderful states and great institutions. And special thanks to there are three great dynamic people have expressed their cognitive feelings towards these workshops: Dr. Bhagya, Dr. Lakshmi, and Dr. Kapoor. So they expressed. Even I become a cognitively, emotionally involved. How you people are going to start speaking to me, start speaking to whole team, nation, right? So they have expressed their own views that what they have learned, how they have felt, and what things to be cultivated in teaching profession, family, social life, our neighbors, etc., etc. I'm happy that you were expressed and great dynamic. No speakers lecture I have not listened, but views by expressed the great people. I come to know that it was really a great program, I believe. Once again, I thank to Dr. Basuraj, who had connected to one more best and wonderful family, that is HKBK. And one more very, very important thing, dynamic person, Professor Bilal, young and dynamic. So he had taken complete charge and did his level best. This is not so easy task. I have did a number of tasks, but since 5 days, busy schedule, he has made engaged all of us. And once again, thankful to all the organizations and especially professors of respective colleges in respective states. Thank you so much and all the best. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, sir. So, before proceeding, one of the important person without whom we cannot proceed with the program, Professor Khaliqunisama, who was the person who initiated this FDP, gave the idea, she shared her views why this FDP is so much important. Before calling her out to express her views and give a feedback about this FDP, I would just like to introduce ma'am to everyone. So, ma'am basically is a BE engineering degree. She pursued her BE engineering degree in computer science from ISO University, and she did her MS in software systems from BITS Pilani. She's also a postgraduate in business administration from Mount Carmel Institute of Management, Bangalore. And ma'am is the chairperson of UHV cell of HKBK College of Engineering. She has a rich experience not only in teaching but also research and consultancy. She is a passionate teacher and her biggest concern is to give best to the students and train them with the knowledge so that the students have a fulfilling life. She's a passionate reader and her hobbies are cooking, listening to music, and you might have seen how energetic she is from past 4 days. Ma'am, thank you for your continuous support and for your four valuable programs. I would request you to share your views on the FDP.
Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Hello? Yeah. Thank you, Professor Bilal, for giving a wide, I'm a very small person here. Thank you so much again for actually motivating me by the, adjectives which you have used. Thank you so much. To one and all, I first of all like to thank Professor Sai Kumar sir, my mentors, Professor Anil Kumar sir, and Dr. Panchashreya sir for being part of HKBK family and for being a part of this particular FDP.
Your presence actually enlightened, and together we could do a lot of things, sir. Thank you so much. And coming back to this FDP, as Bilal said, I did attend 2 to 3 programs from AICT on inculcating universal human values. So the programs there, it was a 5-day program with 4 sessions per day, totally 20 sessions. But here, due to time constraints, I tried to squeeze those 20 sessions just in 4 sessions. I do not know whether I have done complete justice, but I tried my best to deliver whatever I got it from AICTE. I think it's a very beautiful content which is shared from them. Morning, you did have a very good session from external speakers. In the second session, I did through some implementation practices which basically saying that so they put forth only the proposals and they ask all of us to verify and explore based on our acceptance. So it may be true or it may be false. That's what the proposal says. We have to explore rather than being talking about do's and don'ts. That's why it's called universal. It is applied to for everybody, if not differentiating caste, creed, gender, color, or race. It is rational. That is locally we all have to think and see what is good for us. And verifiable means we have to see there are no do's and don'ts. We have to verify what is naturally acceptable to us. And obviously, when we do this, to some extent, we can bring in a lot of harmony within ourselves as an individual, and we can bring happiness and prosperity within our family, and thereby carry it forward to society. And then we can also live happily in the nature and existence. So this is what was the content, and then I think this particular concept initially I did wanted to do only initially for our college students. When I was having a discussion with the secretary of this college, Mr. Mansoor Khan, and finally we broadened this to why we can't if deliver to students. It will not have much impact. Rather, we can train the trainer. If we can share it to faculties, probably each faculty will touch another 100 or 200 students, and it will reach the student community, and also we can reach faculties. So when this initiative was taken over, I am very thankful to Dr. Baswaraj Brother Sir, Principal of Degree College, who was the motivation behind this program, and with his encouragement, this program went to the national level. So within a fraction of a time, I think sir actually pulled so many people, and he gave me a lot of courage. So let's not have it only for our college. Let's go for national, and I will try and bring all the people. And we're lucky enough to get so many participants. So the purpose here, as we said, we want to deliver this. Since the topic is universal, it has to reach everybody. So many, I think, joined. I don't know if all of you are getting benefited, but still, there are lots of proposals where I think all of you explore. Once you explore this, you can actually share it to your students also. So this is what, and I'm thankful to my college also, because our vision statement also says about cultivating human values in students. I'm thankful to my chairman and Sri CM Ibrahim sir. I'm thankful to my director Sri CM Faiz Muhammad for always encouraging us to bring in these human values in technical education. I'm highly thankful to our secretary Mansoor A. Khan for motivating and helping us in all possible ways. A very big thank you to again Dr. Baswara Brother sir. Without your presence, this program would have happened. I thank my principal from HKBK College of Engineering for also motivating and taking the program forward. So the special thanks to Professor Bilal and his team for sitting in front of the camera for 5 full days and listening to all of us and the cast and crew behind him. And I also would like to make a special thanks to our Professor Gauri from Civil Engineering and Professor Anis Fatima from Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, who were helping me with all pre-survey, post-survey, which actually had a lot of impact, I feel so. And all the assignments which were given, they are all from AICT content. And these assignments actually, helps all of us to explore. And then the post survey actually, tells you what I was before and what I am now. I guess all of us sitting here, with exploration, we definitely there will be at least a few, some percentage of change in us, in our thought process. Probably this thought process we can carry it forward to us first as a self, and then to our family members, to our neighbors, to our relatives, and we can reach out to our children, and finally to our students, and also to unknown people whom we don't know. So that is what is the basic. This is kind of a program where we don't expect anything from this, but we would like to give it because it is a value part. If you are able to guide somebody and give them the proposal to follow, probably this will go in a long way. And another thing is the videos which were shared also had a lot of meaning. So I request those who have not technically go through, are not videos which has to be ignored. I think we are free. You please watch it and you see what is the meaning behind these videos. And another thing is many of us think the moment we say it is universal human values, many think it is about moral science. What is there in this program? We already know about morals. We did this in school. So there's a lot of difference between morals and universal values. Moral science is about more of do's and don'ts, which we actually got it from school. But as and when we matured, we became very greedy. We were, as I was mentioning in my session, the trust part, the gratitude part, the glory part, and we are all running behind physical facility. So this value, human value, is talking about proposals. It's not insisting that you do this, you don't do this, nor it is saying that what you are thinking is correct, what you are thinking is not correct. It is all proposals. Proposals may be true or false, but it is up to us to verify it and adopt it based on our acceptance. So this universal value, I think in a different way, but I think everybody, every faculty should go through this program so that they can bring a lot of change in them, and we have to mentor our students. That's the most important content of our profession. AICT has made this program for all faculties because they want students to be mentored. See, before mentoring the students, if I am not mentored, if I do not know what is the core concept of universal value, I will not be doing justice to my students. And at the end of the session, believe me, after having gone through this program, I definitely see a lot of changes in me. Now, whenever I'm talking to anybody, be it my husband or family member, my neighbor or students, I always, that UHV concept is running behind my mind. I always validate and see what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. So this is what it is. I request all of you to share this information, and then to your colleagues, to your students, probably always available for you. Any point in time, we all can connect. Anything you said, if you want a delivery of this again for your college in any form, kindly feel free to contact me. I will definitely try and do best for all of you, so that we all, as a group, as a teaching fraternity, we all can work so that we can impart universal human values to the entire community, so that we will have a fulfilling life for ourselves, as an individual, as a member in the family, as a member in the society, and then as a larger part of our nation, nature or existence. So thank you so much, audience. You actually had a keen interest, and it was so motivating to see you every morning. When I come, I would always, these 4 days has been very hectic for me. In fact, believe me, I have done a lot of technical programs, but I never had that kind of a strain, because technical, when you deliver a technical program, maybe somewhere here and there you go wrong. It is not okay, but you can always apologize to the audience, and you can say, I'll get back, I look into and get back. Or maybe the audience also will go through the YouTube and all. But when it comes to values here, universal human values, I think very few of them know about it. And even if they know, they think it is moral science. It is more of do's and don'ts. So they are not aware of this self-exploration, natural acceptance. They are not aware that concentrating on only physical facility is not sufficient for continuous happiness and prosperity. You need to have right understanding, and right understanding comes with good relationships. So this is what I think. But if this has to reach a larger part. So I was very careful. I think 4 days, I should not say that I had a very hectic time, but end of the day, I really had a happy outcome, saying that yes, whatever I could do, I have delivered, and this is something very important for all of us. So it's a small effort I have done. So probably I'm looking forward for again an interaction and connection with all of you. And this gave me a platform to interact with many participants who have come from different places, states. I have seen some international participants also participating. Thank you so much, one and all. And I, on behalf of HKBK, I place my thank you note to all of you who have contributed. So have a great day and try and explore all the proposals and try and see that you will be in harmony forever. Thank you so much and all the best for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your valuable views and feedback about the FDP. So before proceeding, I would just like to inform that we had a very overwhelming and very good response from all over India, as we heard feedback from three faculties from three different states, and nearly from 28 different states, 700 faculties registered for the FDP. And since our Zoom would always be the Zoom platform would always be filled up with the participant, we also had streamed our FDP on YouTube, and on YouTube also there were continuous views and faculties were also watching on YouTube. I thank all the participants who were continuously watching and continuously attending all the sessions, as well as Khalifuni Samam used to give everyday assessments, which were really important for us. And after writing the assessments, faculties used to mail me and they used to WhatsApp me, send the screenshots. Sir, we have attended the assessment. It was very nice. Thank you. Then also, like ma'am told, ma'am used to share a few YouTube videos connected to human values. Faculties used to watch, and next day they came and they expressed their views after watching what was their view on that particular video. So it was a really great experience having these many participants with us. Thank you, everyone. Now, I would request and call upon Dr. Muhammad Khizarullah, Head of Department of Commerce, to extend vote of thanks.
Thank you, Bilal. Am I audible? Good morning, all. Respected dignitaries, academicians, and fellow faculty members. It has been such an honor to be a part of this insightful FDP on inculcating universal human values in education. It is rightly said by Satya Sai Baba that the cultivation of human value itself is education. Hope these 5 days of learning has enlightened us about human values and its importance in education. On behalf of HKBK Degree College, I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Director, Sri Shyam Faiz Mohammed, and in his absentia, and our Honorable Secretary, Sri Mansoor A. Khan, for providing us the opportunity to organize this event. My special thanks to all our esteemed guests and eminent keynote speakers, Professor M.L. Sai Kumar sir, Professor Khalikunisa madam, Professor Anil Joshi sir, and Dr. Panchakshara sir for accepting our invitation and enlightening us by their valuable thoughts on human values. I personally thank you all once again. I take this privilege in extending my gratitude to our beloved principal, Dr. Basavaraj Brother sir, and Dr. Tabassum Ara madam for their continuous support and guidance in organizing such valuable event. A wide round of applause and thanks to all the organizing committee members, HODs of various departments, and my sincere thanks to Professor Syed Bilal Irfan for moderating this event professionally, and Dr. Gabriela for her brief review after each session. Once again, I thank Professor Khalikunisa ma'am for being so supportive and acting with us as a backbone for this FDP. Thank you, ma'am. Finally, I appreciate the patience of all the participants, and I thank personally each and every participants for being with us all the 5 days and helping us to make this event a grand success. Thank you, one and all.
So before proceeding, our principal sir was busy in a meeting. Sir has joined us now. I would request our principal, Dr. Baswaraj, to express his views, feedback, and thank our resource persons. Sir?
Yeah, very good afternoon, one and all present here. Yeah, I am profusely gratitude and excited to take this opportunity to honor our chief guest of 5-day sessions, Professor Anil Kumar Joshi, sir. Thank you, sir, being with us for last 2 sessions, and this is the 3rd day. And Professor M.L. Sai Kumar and Professor Khaligunisa and Dr. Panchakriya for the wonderful session of the universal values, human values, and given detailed insight to all the participants and exploration on the human conscious, thought, and well-being of the human beings. Yeah, all thanks to your enlightening words and inspired so many people, out of them me also including. I'm once again, I will very thankful to all the session speakers once again. And I hope there are no other issues with respect of this sessions or in terms of technical or any other errors. So I need your cooperation, all resource persons in order to conduct future again FDPs and any other one-day seminars. So it's my great privilege to introduce profiles among the other participants to share their views. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving us an opportunity to conduct this event. Actually, this event was actually planned offline, but due to sudden COVID restrictions, we had to go online, and we didn't have any clue how to go online. So, sir helped us a lot. Sir gave us the guidance. You can use the Zoom platform, and more participations will be there. Faculties from across India will join you. So, without his encouragement, this wouldn't have been possible. We have our esteemed group secretary of HKBK group of institution, Shri Manzoor A. Khan sir, also with us. I would request sir to express his views and gratitude towards the program.
Very good afternoon. Very fruitful 5 days. I'm basically out of station, couldn't attend the first half. But thanks to all the guests of all the 5 days, speakers. As I told first day, we expect very fruitful sessions. And so far we have seen a very good response. As I have been told that 750 participants from across 28 states has participated. And I hope that in future also will organize such good programs which will benefit for all the human beings, all the societies, all the which will give us some boost to our faculties as well as the students. So thanks again to especially Khalikunisa madam. She was with us this all 5 days. Hard work, lot of homework. She told me that she has done even Sundays. She used to sit with the systems and all to get all the information from the AICT, UGC, NAC, and all this. So thanks, ma'am. Again, you have taken this in a greater version of this thing, and I hope in future we'll again organize some such type of again programs. This will again give us a good, I mean, like a response, as well as in this NAC and all NBS. And it's, as I first day told, this is a requirement of the today's requirement, that to conduct these FDPs to gain more knowledge and all. So inshallah, we'll try again to have some after some days, once our these exams are going, our exams are going on. So once exams will finish, we'll inshallah try to again do on offline. It's online. Offline will organize some 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days. We'll plan to have some type of SDPs also. We'll not stick on the FDPs, so that students will also come to know related to this human values. See, our staff is well matured. They are all well, aged cross at least. I'm sure that at least 24, 25 they have crossed. But we want to send that adolescent age. What are the human values, so that they can start from day to day in their family, in their with the teachers, with the other people, their grandparents, how to act with them, how to respond their calls, how to this, because nowadays we have seen a lot of gaps in the this younger generation. Lot of gaps between the students and the staff, our parents and the children's, because of all these social medias and mobiles and laptops and all these things. So these human values are again very useful. So we have to take one SDP also. We'll plan, ma'am. We'll do it, and we'll see what good we can do for our society, our community, our students, our institutions to get a good grading and all that in future. So thanks again, ma'am. Thanks to all the speakers, especially Sai Kumar sir. He has taken a lot of efforts. He has also has seen done a lot of homework to present this 5 days program. So thanks, sir. Baswaraj sir, thank you for conducting this program. Please work on this thing. We'll do one SDP also on the same this thing, so that in students community also, and students also will once the exam will finish, when the full strength is there, we can merge both the colleges again and do for the students, especially first year, second year students, because they are younger than the seniors. So thanks Bilal for coordinating, and thanks all the HODs that they have put their efforts all the 5 days, made this program a grand success. So thank you. Good day.
Thank you very much, sir. Without your support and guidance, no program is successful. It cannot be successful. Thank you very much, sir. Now, the most important part. Now, I'll be forwarding the feedback link in the chat box. Everyone are requested to give their valuable feedback about the sessions, about the resource persons, so that it will help us to explore more and conduct more of such activities. And uh, if you have some feedback towards where we can improve ourselves, that is mostly welcome. So I'll be forwarding the feedback link, and the feedback link will be active only till 4 p.m. today. And I request all the faculties to fill the feedback form immediately, and e-certificate will be forwarded to you only after you fill the feedback form. So one thing which I would like to mention, please make sure that your email IDs which are being entered in the feedback form, as well as your name are correct. Please cross verify, because the same thing will be printed in the certificate. And even please check the email ID which you are giving, because on the same email ID the certificate will be sent. If anyone has any queries, can please text me in the chat box so that we can answer. Now I'm sending the feedback link in the chat box. You can fill the feedback. And this feedback link will also be sent in the WhatsApp groups, so that it will be helpful for you. So Again, a reminder, this feedback link will be active only till 4 p.m. today. Thank you everyone. Thank you for your active and valuable participation in this 5-day national level faculty development program. Thank you everyone.